Late one night, Nicole checked into a quiet motel, exhausted from a long drive. Little did she know that her stay would turn into a chilling encounter with an unseen intruder. As she settled into her room, Nicole felt a peculiar sensation, as if someone were watching her. Dismissing it as mere imagination, she pushed the unsettling feeling aside and focused on getting some much-needed rest. As the night wore on, Nicole was jolted awake by a subtle noise. A rustle near the window caught her attention. Instinctively, she glanced toward the source, only to see the curtains swaying slightly. Unease settled in as she realized she might not be alone in her room. Nicole inspected the area but found nothing out of the ordinary. The sense of being watched persisted, making her uneasy. As she prepared for bed, she noticed a faint reflection in the bathroom mirror, as if someone were standing behind her. Fear gripped her as she turned around, finding the room empty. The unsettling feeling intensified. Nicole decided to call the front desk, expressing her concerns about a possible intruder. The motel staff assured her they would investigate, offering to change her room. Relieved, Nicole moved to a different room, hoping to leave the eerie encounter behind. However, as she woke up the next morning, she discovered a message on the bathroom mirror, written in lipstick. "You look beautiful sleeping." Fear gripped her as she stared at the words. The unsettling feeling returned, stronger than ever. Nicole immediately called the front desk, expressing her distress and concern about the disturbing message and intrusion of her room. The motel staff, recognizing the seriousness of the situation, decided to take immediate action. Concerned for Nicole's safety, they called the police to report the unsettling events. The authorities arrived promptly, conducting a thorough investigation of the room. Disturbed by the events, Nicole decided to leave the motel and drive to another place to stay. On the way, as she opened the glove compartment to retrieve something, she found the same lipstick used to write on the mirror. The discovery freaked her out even more, raising questions about the true nature of the intrusion. Kimberly, a college student, moved into the sorority house with the excitement of sisterhood and shared experiences. However, her stay would soon take a dark turn as a mysterious intruder, harboring a deep disdain for sorority girls, unleashed a series of unsettling pranks and left messages scattered across the sorority house. Late one night, after a lively sorority event, Kimberly and her sorority sisters returned to their rooms to find horrifying scenes. Dark symbols were smeared across the walls, and unsettling messages were scrawled in a chaotic manner, all written in what appeared to be blood. Shocked and frightened, the girls couldn't ignore the ominous nature of the pranks anymore. Trembling with fear, Kimberly and her sorority sisters immediately shared their distress with each other. Terrified, they decided to involve campus security to investigate the unsettling occurrences. The investigation revealed that the disturbing pranks were not the handiwork of the fraternity boys, but that of an unknown intruder. Dark symbols, unsettling messages, and bloodstains in the sorority house were all part of the intruder's sinister plan. The gravity of the situation struck deep, creating an atmosphere of fear and vulnerability within the sisterhood. As the investigation unfolded, cryptic messages were discovered scattered across the sorority house, each one explicitly expressing the intruder's disdain for sorority girls. The haunting whispers within the sorority house added an eerie layer to the already unsettling atmosphere, leaving the girls with a chilling realization that they were targeted for who they were. Determined to put an end to the torment, Kimberly and her sorority sisters bolstered their resolve. They collaborated with campus security to increase safety measures and ensure the security of the sorority house. Sleepless nights and anxious days followed as the girls tried to maintain a semblance of normalcy amidst the unsettling atmosphere. During one of these nights, as the girls were huddled together in fear, the landline phones within the sorority house rang ominously. The intruder, still lurking within the shadows, disturbed the peace by calling, adding a new layer of terror to their ordeal. The shrill ring echoed through the house, intensifying their fear and underscoring the reality that the intruder was not only present in their sanctuary, but actively taunting them. As they faced the unsettling reality that an intruder, driven by hatred, had infiltrated their sanctuary and continued to torment them, the echoes of fear lingered in the sorority house. The disturbing encounters and explicit messages had left an indelible mark on Kimberly and her sorority sisters, testing their resilience in the face of a malevolent presence that refused to be banished. Scarlett, a young professional attending a business conference, checked into a hotel for a few days. What began as a routine stay took a chilling turn as she unwittingly became the target of an unknown stalker. On the first night, Scarlett noticed a lingering figure, an unsettling presence that accompanied her through the halls. Days passed, and the unease grew as the mysterious individual seemed to shadow her every move. The encounters took a more disturbing turn when Scarlett returned to her hotel room one evening. A knot tightened in her stomach as she discovered signs of intrusion, personal belongings rearranged, subtle traces that someone had been through her things. The once familiar space transformed into a silent battleground where the stalker had violated the sanctity of her privacy. Fearful and shaken, Scarlett reported the incidents to hotel staff and local authorities. Security measures were discreetly increased, but the elusive stalker skillfully navigated the hotel, leaving Scarlett in a state of perpetual anxiety. As the conference continued, Scarlett's heightened awareness turned every hallway encounter into a potential threat. The unsettling knowledge that someone had went through her personal space cast a shadow over her sense of security. In the midst of the escalating unease, Scarlett's fear reached a new height when she discovered a series of unsettling photographs. Carefully hidden among her belongings, these images depicted her sleeping in the hotel bed, completely unaware of the invasive lens that had captured her vulnerability. Each photograph served as a chilling testament to the stalker's intimate intrusion into the most private moments of her stay. As she examined the photos with a growing sense of dread, Scarlett noticed something even more disturbing. Scrawled across one of the images was a creepy message in a handwritten scrawl. "I see you when you sleep. I'm always here." The words sent shivers down her spine, transforming the violation from a mere invasion of privacy into a perverted, menacing threat. The revelation intensified the horror as Scarlett grappled with the realization that the stalker had not only watched her, but had also left a haunting message to accompany the intrusive images. Now armed with photographic evidence and the chilling message, Scarlett reported the incident to both the hotel staff and local authorities, hoping that this additional information would aid in the identification and apprehension of the elusive stalker. As the investigation unfolded, a shocking and unsettling truth emerged. A disturbing twist that plunged Scarlett into a deeper abyss of fear and confusion. The elusive stalker turned out to be none other than Scarlett's own boss. Separated by distance from her husband, Scarlett's boss had found the perfect opportunity to carry out this disturbing intrusion. The motives, however, were far more twisted than Scarlett could have imagined. It became apparent that her boss was not only fixated on her, but had stolen personal items, including her underwear. The photographs and the creepy message painted a picture of a person driven by an unhealthy infatuation that had escalated into a dangerous obsession. Disturbed not only by the violation of her privacy, but also by the revelation of her boss's disturbing actions, Scarlett faced the unsettling truth that her professional life had become entangled with the twisted desires of someone she trusted. The unanswered questions of motive and intent left Scarlett in a chilling state of uncertainty. What dark desires fueled her boss's actions, and what would happen to her next if he didn't get caught?